This is another case for us to work on. The patient wants us to align his frontal teeth. I'm not sure if this teeth was damaged with something with an IPR or I don't know what. So we'll make it as a new case. Here I see that we possibly can improve the contacts by distalizing the upper teeth for 1 to maybe 1.5 millimeters. We'll reduce the sagittal gap. We'll improve the contacts, so let's begin. So I'm going to make a bodily movements while distalizing so that for molars and premolars, I'll set the X as more straightforward. So this nasal distal X is parallel to the occlusal plane. But for canines and insiders, we're following their anatomy. Placing the X right in the middle of the root. Okay, let's check the torque. The torque is fine. Do the same to the lower teeth. It's always a very important step. Where my technician always is not as correct as I want him to be, so that I always check after him. Because it's the doctor's responsibility. Okay, central rotation root, 70%. My numbers I always use for aligner setups. I'll start with aligning the lower teeth as I usually do. make some expansion. We'll definitely need it. Adding the distal movements for not more than 2 teeth at the same time at the same layer. And it definitely did something to his teeth. They look damaged. They look damaged with some diamond disc or something. I don't know, but they were definitely damaged. Where is the bone? Let's turn it on. Remove the gingiva. Well, how many millimeters, how much space do we need to make here by distalization? I think 5 degrees, it's about 0.8 millimeters. Not much, good for us. So let's start making layers one by one. At layer 1 we move only the second incisors. Make layer 2. Put the incisors to the final position, let them be. Let it be 1 millimeter. Some correction is always good. Starting to move the first molars for the half of plant. And starting to move the frontal teeth at the same time, not to lose time. Not too much, not to increase the quantity of aligners for each layer. Layer 2, layer 3 already. Proceeding with the tipping of the frontal teeth. Maintaining some sagittal gap. Let's put the molars to the final position. So we always add some expansion to maintain the width of the dental arch. That's what we usually do when distalize. Not usually, always, I would say. Not to reduce the width. Layer 4. Three molars. The molars are already done. Still working on the frontal teeth. Layer 5. And this is where we should stop. Moving the first premolars to the final position. Starting to move the canines. And since now we should turn on the contacts between the upper and lower teeth. Check them. Yeah, I think they look good. Layer 6. Distal tipping of the upper canines. So I don't use the bodily movements for them, just tipping. So since now we can start with the palatal tipping of the incisors. Is it going to be the final layer? Don't know yet, let's see then. Oh, we should add some retraction instead of tipping. Not to get this fenestration of the roots. Now let's create the layer 2 for the lower teeth. Let's put the canines to the final position. By distal tipping, lingual tipping rotations, and match them with the antagonists. To make sure they're in the tight contacts. Looks good. And make some lingual tipping for the incisors, distribute them. So that we make the IPR more even between all the proximal contacts. Yeah, we have some skeletal asymmetry, so we're not gonna get an ideal result, and some imperfections are fine to us. Let's add some torque and use the vital retraction instead of it. Once we do, we need to add some intrusion. to let it work. Making some more correction. The starting point, the final result. I also overcorrect the tipping, the rotations. Let's do the same for the lower insiders. Cannot get used to it. I think we're good now. So it's time to put the attachments. I used to use these kind of spherical attachments for distalization. So I'll put them on all the teeth to distalize. Rotate them this way. Same on the left side. I wish I could do it automatically by pressing some button. Do I need any attachments on the lower teeth? Yes, I do. Since I made some intrusion, I need to let it work by creating some strong retention. So that I use this shape of attachments to do that. Uh-huh, 4 degrees and 0.5. Don't forget to put the numbers. Do we need any attachments on the insiders? Let's see, I think we don't. But maybe we need some negative ones. Let's see if we do. I would paste the negative attachments to the lateral incisor. Which will rotate more than the other ones. Set for the layers, but remove it from the last one and place it to the opposite side because we changed the direction of the movement. Okay, I'm satisfied with the result. But I'm not satisfied with this dimple in the teeth. I think it's not a scan, it's the dimple in the plaster. So I guess we don't have this dimple in the under patient tooth. Let's remove it by using this option. Where is it? Sculpting the teeth. So we choose this instrument. We add some material. And make it smoother. Okay. Let's see how many liners do we need to reduce to let this case go. Two, 3, 3, 3, no, 4. 8, wow, what would be 8? Less than 0.3, so it's fine. Go with 8 per one liner. I guess we're still under 30. Trace for the upper teeth. Hmm, 22. Not too many. And what's with the lower teeth? I would increase the number because we move the canines to the vestibular direction. It's always difficult for the liners, so I would use, yeah, I would produce 8 for this case, and yeah, I agree with the 7. But no. We should be under maybe 0.28, even closer to 0.25 because we move the canines as well. They go much slower than the incisors. Let's turn the animation on and see what we got. Step-by-step distalization, proclining the incisors at the same time, and retraction of the incisors at the final layer. And the lower teeth, it's a classical way back and forth and back, round tripping, expansion and retraction. Should work well. Now we export it to the cloud. So that now we can go to the Maestro cloud, which I customized, and it's called clearliners.guru cloud. And I can find the setup here, open it, and send this link to my customer. So it's very convenient for me and for the doctors, for the patients. You make in just one click and you upload the setup online. And I always save the setups with the M3D format as well. So here it is.